Wait, is that the one out of Ice Age?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the big face?
Yeah.
Hey, I'll be Manny. I'll be a bloody mammoth.
No, you're Sid. Did I say that?
How many people do you reckon you've honestly
Slept with.
ever loved or been in love with?
Been in love with.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I like the first question that Chris said. Can we go back to that?
No, I'm not answering on the podcast.
That's tricky.
2.
Wait, does this count if you haven't even been like in a proper relationship?
Doesn't if you personally think that in one way or another you have fallen in love with someone, how many people do you reckon you could honestly say that at the time you think you were in love?
What about love at first sight? What if you never talk to this person?
That's a bit different.
Wait. Who are you looking at?
I don't
He's
know.
thinking like Margot Robbie or what's the other Transformers chick?
Megan Fox.
Yeah.
He's like,
You're in love with
I
her.
love her.
Is that what you're getting at?
I don't know.
Because obviously, like, you have relationships and then, like,
I was gonna-
you think, I'm in love, and then, like, you look back now and you go, I don't know if I was in love.
Maybe not.
But honestly, because
just yawn.
here's my, like, I was thinking about this earlier, like, when you look back and you go, oh, maybe I wasn't in love, maybe you were in love, but
Things
is
changed.
your definition of love changed and the level that you have to love at also changed because there is more there's more factors that come into play now than there was before because you've got more worries and more things going on in your life. So, does your love definition change? Or
Like, I'd say, like, obviously at the moment, yeah, like one person. Obviously, everyone knows who that is. But, like, when you say the back
maybe not everyone because of you listeners.
was my current girlfriend. And then, but maybe like the first, like you know, the other person I'm like talking about, like
I'm looking for a girlfriend.
Oh,
the one who I was like friends with like for ages,
Yeah.
and then like finally got there, and then my soul was crushed by her. But
What about your first though? You always have a bit of love. You always remember and you have a bit of
you have
love for your first.
yeah, you have a bit
For
of
your first love,
No.
like the
your
first person like that you slept with.
There's always
Yeah, do you?
For me,
So we
there
say-
was like a bit of build up for a while.
Yeah.
And then it happened.
Oh, yeah, you have like a spot for him, I reckon. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say like, I don't know. That's that's like completely different to what you're
I
saying.
know like true love, like proper love, like relationship
Yeah, but-
love.
Yeah.
Probably
See, if
one
you
of
it's
the
really-
different.
most.
It's different.
if you really get into it, see, I could go, okay, well, if I put it down to general without thinking about it too much, maybe 2 people
Yeah.
I've probably ever loved.
Yeah.
But if I properly get into it and say, okay, well, I've fallen in love with this many people, it's just where the love was at. Because obviously when you fall in love with someone, it gets to a certain point and it grows from there. Because obviously there's not like I'm at the max love and it can't get any more. So love is a level, it's just where you draw the line.
I guess and you pretty
Where
much.
you are.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I reckon because like Chris was saying, if you're going to be like your first person, they will have a soft spot in your heart pretty much forever. And then you'll have maybe like the first person where you thought it was something, and then maybe
You realise it's not.
it's changed. You realise that it wasn't, but at the time you might have thought it is.
Yeah.
And then you go into a relationship which is completely different. So I totally agree. I reckon there's different types of levels, and when you're younger and different, it's completely different. So
Yeah.
you could say maybe 3 or 2, but like
Okay,
genuinely
now if you
one.
think about it like we've just talked about, how many people do you think you've been in love with or fallen in love with?
like in like the term.
Yeah,
of
we're
like,
not talking about the levels, because it could just be, okay, I've now fallen in love with a person, let's grow this love. How many people do you honestly think you fall in love with?
I would say 1.
Probably 1.
Yeah.
I'd say about 4.
Damn.
Wait, what? You just said like 1 or 2.
Yeah, but that's full love, so it grew. I fell
so-
in love with them, and then it grew from there. But
Well, that's what I'm talking about. So are you
Yeah, that's
talking
what I
about-
was saying. Yeah, like, that's
so that's what I just asked you before. I said, now that we're talking about this new definition, how many people do you think have changed
maybe
now?
3.
That's what I'm getting at.
3.
Yeah.
3.
Okay, so yeah, earlier 100% like properly in love,
1.
and as who I am in that current moment as a person, as life goals, everything, There is maybe, definitely one, 100% one more than the other, but there's one person that I generally could have fallen in love with, married, and had
Life with.
done life with.
I've
100%.
got another question.
100%. About this situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, go.
Is there still love there?
No. I'm a different person.
Absolutely nothing.
No, I'm a completely different
You don't
person.
feel there's nothing.
No,
Okay.
nothing.
Same here.
No, nothing. Because
Really, I thought.
no, but that's the honest. That's the honest truth. And like, the thing is, I'm still friends with this person, and I don't know, just who I was back then
Yeah.
was a completely different guy. I had different aspirations. I was a completely different personality,
Yeah.
and I was into different things. And who they were at the time and who I was at the time, I was completely in that. Like I was,
Involved,
yeah.
invested.
I could honestly,
Yeah,
I could see that going the distance.
Yeah.
But obviously things started to change, and it
And that's what, yeah.
got out of it. But back to the original question, honestly, probably yeah,
For
probably
sure.
four different relationships.
I'd say 3
There was different
if it's
levels.
like the different levels, but like
Yeah.
at the moment, 1.
Yeah.
So
Like
before-
where I am now in my
Yeah.
current life and mindset.
yeah. What's your longest relationship?
What I'm currently in.
How long is that? A year.
A
and
year,
half?
just over a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What about yourself?
there's
Mine was like 3. I think it was 3 and a bit.
Three
yeah,
years.
3 and a bit years, yeah.
And that
Wow,
was probably my only like proper love that I was actually invested in.
Yeah.
And
that's a long time.
It
I
was
know
a long
yeah,
time.
Yeah.
And what age did that go from?
19?
I think.
So you were
Yeah,
out of
No,
school.
no, no, no.
18?
I would have been. I think.
Were you in school? It's when it started.
No, I wasn't in school. I think it was 18 to like 21,
Yeah, I'd probably
Yeah.
agree with that
Yeah.
actually.
and that was the only proper relationship that I've been invested in.
You
Yeah.
are right, because I remember
Yeah.
being 18.
I've been in other like
Yeah.
short relationships, but
Why
it
did
was
it end?
Hey,
Why did it end?
just
different.
same as you. Like both of us evolved as people and wanted different things in life.
Mm.
It was kind of like a mutual breakup. Like there's no animosity there, like at all. I don't give
Yeah.
a shit. I don't. From the other end, I don't really care either.
Do
But-
you still talk to her?
No.
No.
When I break up with someone, I'm not really friends with them. And that's
You're not talking to
That's
someone.
probably how I'll be for the rest of my life. If I
Why?
I just
Why didn't you go back? Why did you?
No, but that's not the question I'm asking.
because I value time, and to me, if there's nothing there in a relationship from a relationship point of view,
Mm.
then I don't have time to talk to you if there's nothing there at all.
Yeah, but like I'm not saying like chat every day, but like
You
Have
can
you
still be.
talked to them
You
since?
could be mutual, but like you're not going to go and hang out with them. You're not going to choose that person and go and hang out with.
I'm the type of person who's like, I respect what you're doing. I respect you.
mm.
You're not going to hear from me, but I hope you're doing well. That's it. That's
yeah, okay.
like I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. I mean, I'm not saying that I go and hang out with my
Yeah.
Mm.
exes individually, but I feel like if I can't just reach out and message them and say, hey, how you going? Or I feel like, yeah, on some sort of level we're not friends.
Yeah.
That's because I'm not over it.
Yeah.
Or I'm just not being mature.
Yeah.
Because now I can appreciate that, okay, I'm a grown adult. I've gotten over the pain and gotten over the relationship in terms of my love for you as a couple, but I also appreciate the fact that we were in love and I cared for you on a crazy level
Yeah.
that was above a lot of other people. Yeah, sure, there were things above that, but like my family and things like that, but
Yeah.
I cared for you on some sort of level and I loved you on a crazy level that just doesn't go away. I feel
get
like
that.
that
I get
energy just changes into something else, such as like a respect or a care. Like I still care about them. Like I think about it like as crazy weird as it is, but like I think about if they were to get into an accident, would I go see them at the hospital?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably.
The thing is, I reckon it depends how like it ends as well. Like, because if it was
That
like
is true.
and if it is a messy ending and like someone did you dirty,
But that's because you don't have respect for them then.
yeah. But like, say if one of your exes cheated on you or something with two of your mates and you didn't know about it and you found out, would you go still speak to them?
No, but that's because then my levels of love and care about them would obviously drop, and therefore after the end of the relationship, changing it from love and care into respect and care,
No. respect
the levels
there.
wouldn't be there. So therefore, no.
respect there. Yeah.
So it's just whatever the relationship ended, the levels of love and care for that person obviously transitions into something else. There's still energy there. It's just where does that energy go and what energy does that transform into?
Yeah.
Chris is sitting over here. He's like,
So that's how I see it. So that's why, like, I mean, I'm not like best buddies with any of my exes, but
if something comes up and they're like,
I was on the phone to one of them the other night.
Yeah, okay.
They called me.
I wouldn't be on the phone to someone.
Yeah.
And we had a half an hour chat. And it was cash.
Yeah. Okay.
And like, it's not like I've been texting them every day since then.
See, I respect that, but at the same time, I don't understand that because from my point of view, like when I, like for example, I break up with someone that we've had a long-term relationship with, I'm cutting like all ties. Like I don't want to.
Why do you want to go back?
Be
if it's
involved
ended?
in that situation anymore. If it's ended, it's done. And for example, say a year down the track, that person's got another partner. I've got a partner. Like I don't.
Why are you still going to be
because
speaking?
I don't want to be with someone who's still contacting me.
Fuck no.
And it's not like a jealous thing. It's just I don't know.
Focus on me, not them.
Yeah,
That's in the
like,
past.
It's kind of like you want to grow with this person, and you're still talking to someone you've been in a long-term relationship. This is just my point of view. I respect what you're saying, but from me, it's not like a jealousy thing. It's just like why? Like why are you talking to that person?
But I just
when I'm here.
For me, I see that as what are you not letting go of? So if you're holding back, that's the same. We've had this question before about if you're dating someone and they've got a friend of the opposite sex.
That's different because they haven't obviously had sex with each other and loved each other and all that. Like I'd say, you have close friends and you love your friends, but you don't sleep with your friends. Oh, sometimes you do, but
But if we look back at that discussion, you guys actually had opposite opinions. You said, "How do you feel?" I said, "How do you feel about your girlfriend having a best mate who is a guy?"
I'm okay.
No, I
with
said
that.
I don't like it.
Yeah, he didn't like it.
Like sure, don't hang out all the time, but I'm cool if you have male friends and whatnot. That's fine. Because I have female friends that I still talk to, right? But if you had a girlfriend and she was still talking to her ex, how would you feel?
Well, this person doesn't have I'm not talking about that.
No, I'm just saying because say if what Chris is saying.
I stand exactly where I stand for the other topic. I do not care who they're talking to or what they're talking about, as long as their devotion and their love is for me. If they still have feelings to that person, tell me. I actually got asked the question literally just the other day. So a female asked me. They said, "Okay, if you think you're so smart," or they didn't say that, but that's how they were coming across. What is the issue with modern dating today?
It's all online.
If you were to say one or two words. All right. Yeah, Chris was there.
Online?
No. The issue with today's relationships is communication and understanding.
Yeah.
Okay? So it's either one person in the couple, or normally it's always both. I can admit to this, and I'm sure every female and other male can admit to this as well. You would most of the time rather sit there and tell your mate, "Oh, I've got this issue going on with my missus. She did this or she didn't do that." It could be the tiniest little thing. How come you communicated that with your friend first before going to your partner? That's where the communication issue is. And then we also go the understanding issue backs onto the communication. So if someone in your partner, and everyone can agree that a small issue in a relationship is more detrimental than a massive issue, okay? Because if you can't fix a massive issue, then it's over no matter what, okay? For example, stop sleeping with old mate, all right? While we're in this relationship, you can't fix that if it's given an option. But obviously, there's smaller things than that. But like stop talking to that other chick. Like if you're proper talking to her all the time, for example, stop talking to her. That's a big thing. If you can't fix that straight away, yeah, sure, I understand. The relationship's over. But a small thing, if you can't fix a tiny small thing, women especially, like this isn't anything a dig or anything, but a lot of males as well, if you can't fix a small thing, it will sit on their mind and just grow and snowball effect.
Yeah, I was going to say it just gets bigger.
When a tiny thing comes up, it'll be the biggest thing in the world.
Exactly. So that's where understanding comes into play. If your partner communicates to you and has the communication part on track, and they go, okay, Chris, I don't like that you do this one small thing. If you could watch that or fix that or explain it to me, communicate to me what's going on, that would be great.
Yeah.
Okay? So say Chris goes away and he does nothing about it. A week passes by and they have to say it again. They're only going to say it maybe once or twice more, maybe if you're lucky, before the snowball effect starts to kick in.
Yeah.
Then it is on your behalf that you don't have the understanding, the failure and lack of understanding to understand that your partner has communicated this to you and it is going to cause that and it really hurts them. So that's why it is only communication and understanding that is a complete failure in relationships. And that covers all bases. I honestly encourage you to try and think of anything where communication and understanding doesn't come back to it.
100% it's the main thing.
Yeah, I fully agree. Hands down.
And everyone's like to blame. I've definitely had communication issues and been responsible for communication issues. And also understanding, because sometimes you put yourself before your partner.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'd say absolutely. I think we've all been there.
You're borderline, you're dying.
Damn, that's deep, bro.
No,
shit. God.
Well, I mean,
it's facts, but
technically, were you born alone?
You're born out of your mother who was there with you, and your father, and the doctors. So you're not alone. You got 20 people around you.
you're alone.
You're still attached.
You reckon?
Actually, yeah, I kind of was.
Yeah, exactly. When you come out, there's still that mad cord.
Yeah, that's some bullshit. Ethernet cable.
Damn!
Do you reckon people feel weird when they're like on the International Space Station, they're attached to a tether jumping outside they leave the vault?
Oh, could you imagine
it's just a flashback to me when I came out my mum.
No, just like jumping out and be like, wait.
I'm just coming out the airlock and I'm attached to this massive tether. It's like a flashback.
Trying to want to run away, it's like that stretchy elastic cord and you just get...
Imagine like launching like your child out and it like bungee jumps off like the edge of the bed.
What?
Oh, okay. You're saying launching out of the space shuttle.
Wait, it's not a cannon, you're not shooting it.
Yeah, this conversation just switched off real quick.
It's not a slide out unless you're Lana Rhodes.
Dude, how funny are those videos? Oh, bro. Oh, God, that poor child. Oh. Anyways, yeah. Next question.
When you die, alright, how do you want to be dealt with when you die? In terms of buried, cremated?
I always thought, I have thought of this, if I want at least someone, my mates, to choose my songs, maybe get a good song that I'm jamming to play happy at the end.
Yeah.
Put some
12
good
count.
Yeah.
I just want to rap.
I always thought, because I always had a big fond for my car, I'd put that out the front of the funeral. Maybe get someone to get people to sign the bonnet.
No,
something
it's
like
casket, mate.
Casket.
That's a big fucking hole in the ground, isn't it?
Yeah.
But probably have that out the front, and then just some banging music, and I'd be looking down and be like,
No, but what I was getting at is do you want to be buried or cremated?
Oh, right.
What about...
I don't want the full funeral setup.
I thought you were talking about the full...
I want this song, I want this people there, I want this people to give me a eulogy.
I want the boys crying.
The thing that I don't like is getting your body parts donated and researched.
Organs donated, yeah.
I'm not a fan of that.
Like the cadavers, how people study bodies.
I
Cadavers.
probably want to be...
Yeah, is it cadavers or cadavers?
Cadavers.
Cadavers.
Yeah.
Cadavers.
I don't know why.
Sounds like carvers.
Caviar.
I don't know when I'm going to die.
Yeah.
It could be in 5 years, it could be in 60 years.
Yeah.
I don't know, but what? No.
Hey,
So if
you want to be
It's
buried?
either buried or cremated.
If I needed a
probably
kidney,
cremated, so I'm like...
would one of the boys give me a kidney?
If we're compatible. You have to be compatible?
I don't know. I don't think
How much you paying?
Damn. What if I was about to
I know
die?
China's giving me 50k, how much you giving me?
If I'm about to die, you want 50 grand from me?
Nah, I'll give you a kid.
Yeah, thanks.
I mean, they're probably pretty cooked, but...
That's his liver, bro.
Good. I drink water.
Yeah, true.
I reckon probably buried.
I don't know, but have you seen, there's some ancient medieval types.
Get mummified. I would like to get
There's
mummified.
there's this one, it's they feed you to the vultures. To the sky, it's they take you to the top of this mountain and there's heaps of, I can't remember the name of what it's called, the ceremony, but they feed you pretty much to the vultures. So like it's like the circle of life. They think of it as like the circle of life. So obviously, if you don't look at humans and you look out in the wild, the circle of life is you're born.
Reincarnation.
Yeah, you get eaten. No, you get eaten by other animals. So it's a circle of life.
Right.
The animals feed off you, and that's their living.
Before we finish your question, everyone finish their question. I have a question after.
So cremate, like, would you
cremated
rather
or buried?
Buried.
Okay.
I see. I mean, I would.
I don't want to be put in a wall.
Let's add the donated organs into it. Let's add 3. So buried.
Yeah, but you can still be cremated and given your organs.
Yeah, you can give you.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
So you could have my heart, you could have my lungs, you could have whatever,
Yeah, okay.
and then I could still be buried.
I feel like I'd like to be cremated, put in ashes, and then have like a family crypt.
Yeah.
Like,
Crypt?
You know how they have all like
I want everybody to grab a handful
like
of
a
me
massive.
blow it out. Yeah, like the
No, I want to be in like a big
white
fucking...
chick scene where she blows it.
Yeah.
Like that.
Put me in a coliseum, not a coliseum.
Oh, yeah.
What is it?
That was the Flights of Lions.
In a molus? Is it a moluseum?
Moss.
No.
What are you talking about?
Moss.
Oh, I think I know the word you're trying
Moluseum. Is it a moluseum?
to.
Where they have like it's like underground. And you're buried in a wall with like your family.
Isn't that a crypt? Isn't that what I'm talking about?
No, you're being cremated.
Isn't that like a military thing? I know that's a thing.
Because like you could have like a big thing and then like you
I
can,
know
like,
what-
walk
I know the
down. It's
word.
like
It's
a
like a
post
post
office.
office. You go in and you open the key. And
What?
it's you.
Yeah, and it's like you'd have like fucking drawers like
Like a
a
PO.
but like
I think you're on the right track, but I don't.
but not ashes.
I may be
but
wrong.
like your
but-
actual body.
Yeah, I know the what you're
Yeah.
talking about. They pull you out like on the wall, like big marble
You don't
drawer.
have to pull yourself
It's
out.
like a drawer.
You just but you're just in the wall or
Yeah,
you're in
yeah.
the ground or you're in the like.
That's
Yeah.
kind of what I was thinking of, but
That'd be cool.
Like a PO box for your body.
PO box for your body.
Yeah.
Here's a letter.
PO-JS.
Oh,
Got that
think
fine
that
to still
would.
pay, mate.
Yeah.
Here's that one, dickhead.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd like to be cremated. Cremated, maybe, or like some sick, like my body laid on a raft and then set out into the sea and burnt. You know, that'd be sick.
Damn.
Yeah. That would be good.
I reckon being like buried with some drip.
Like a Viking send off.
Yeah, and then
You know, they put you in the raft, they float you out to sea.
Richard
That'd
Mille.
be sick.
Alright, on that note, what would you want to be reincarnated into?
Okay.
Wait. Can I go? I need to go piss. I need a break.
Alright,
I need a break.
we'll be right back.
Anyway, let's go back into it. What was your question again?
Alright, so we're back from the piss
Quick
break,
break.
everybody.
Anyway.
So what I said was, if you could come back when you die, what would you want to be reincarnated as?
It's a hard question that one because there's a
Let's keep it as like a creature kind of thing.
A
Like
gorilla.
you're not coming back as a human. You're coming back as an animal, creature, that type of thing.
Question within a question. Do you believe in spirit animals?
What is a spirit animal?
Isn't my spirit animal like part of your star sign? So like I'm a dragon or something.
No, I don't think
No, 'cause
so.
I think I'm a
So
rabbit.
your spirit
I'm a
animal. Obviously, you guys have seen. You've played. I mean, you've played the game. You've seen Harry Potter. So each one of them has a spirit animal, and that's the one that shows up as
Horcrux.
the.
No, not the Horcrux.
So
What are they
Potter
Come on,
has an
bro.
owl. Is
What
that
are they
his?
called?
It's the
Oh, I know it.
endometriosis. I don't know.
That was a
Endometriosis.
spell, mate.
No, it's actually
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Endometriosis.
No,
That's a
what is
thing.
it?
Biology term.
Because I've
The bloody glowy thing.
Yeah. Anyway, so kind of thing. So some people believe that they have like a spirit animal, which is when they die, they will be reincarnated as that spirit animal.
Is that like something that you've had for a long time that you just know, or is that
No,
something
you
based
just
on yourself?
based on yourself, and you kind of feel it. You feel okay, like you'll connect with a certain animal, like drawings, paintings, or if you see that animal, you feel like, oh wow, like when I die, I'll
Okay.
be reincarnated.
Okay.
Have you ever seen the movie
I haven't
Moana?
No, I haven't seen that, but
that's a Disney
So
movie.
yeah, you know the grandma. Okay, there's a grandma
That's
in this
right.
Moana,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
her spirit animal is a manta ray, and she's got a massive tattoo on her back. And then when she died, she actually turned into a manta ray,
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe because I have had one for.
What is it?
a spirit animal.
I feel like because this is the one that I've had forever, and it will be this, if I could choose.
A dog.
No, it's an eagle. It's I don't know why it's like an eagle.
An eagle.
Yeah,
Does you have a specific type of eagle?
like a hawk. Like just the best of the best eagle.
Like a American bald eagle, or
Maybe.
there's a different type of
Amazing. I don't know why. I just feel like you can view the whole world and it's freedom.
And you're just like, yeah. Like,
But that's what you want to be, or do you believe generally your spirit? Because I don't know, you said before.
That's because I've never heard that before. I know what my spirit animal is, but anytime I think of that question, that's every time.
Mate, I could not tell you. I don't know.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah,
I'll give you. So for me, I'm kind of like you, and I never really So I've heard this whole spirit animal before, and I don't know. I'm kind of I don't really believe in that kind of stuff personally, but I get a weird feeling. I feel kind of weird when I wear a type of shirt. So I have this Thrills shirt.
The mushroom shirt.
No. I have this Thrills company shirt with my spirit animal, what I like. I don't believe in it, but I can still choose one, you know? A spirit animal on the front. No, it's a wolf. Alright? So I believe I would choose a wolf.
Yeah, okay.
Which is actually, weirdly enough, the most apex predator in the world.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got this shirt with big Thrill shirt. It's got a massive wolf on the front.
Yeah, right.
It'd be a monkey.
I would definitely.
Monkey. Yeah, that suits you.
I can see that. Like one of those ones in Bali that runs around stealing people and stuff.
Fuck no.
You just do some
monkey
weird dance moves, and you got these weird dance moves and attributes you just did there. Like you better edit that so that you can see you go.
Zoom in.
Nah, take that back. I'm not a monkey.
You chose it.
Mate, you be that. You know that orangutan? You seen that video that someone throws something into this orangutan pit at the zoo or something, and this orangutan grabs it, and then his mate comes past and just pushes him off the edge. Have you seen that video?
Yeah. I'm that gorilla that runs out of the bloody hole and then turns his butt to the audience. Remember that video?
Nah, I don't think you're a silverback gorilla.
Why?
I can see you more as a monkey. One of those ones, those ones in Bali that take all shit.
Yeah, what, you think I'm fucking stealing shit?
No, but I can just imagine you.
Nah, I was throwing fruit at the bloody, off the balcony down to the monkeys, and they were like, no.
You're probably throwing it to yourself. After you die. You never know.
Oh, God. I can't.
Do you have an actual one that you can try and think? Yeah, look, he's already ready.
Surely you've thought about this. I don't know. I've just thought about it.
I've never really I've thought about the whole spirit animal thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know, something about that shirt for some reason.
Yeah.
And I've never, actually weird enough, it could just be the shirt, but I mean, the most compliments for a shirt I've ever had was in that shirt.
Yeah.
They go, wow, that's a really nice shirt. It suits you. Just from a lot of random people. I had two on a plane by either hosties or someone on the plane.
Yeah.
And they weren't young people, just flirting with me or something. But
couldn't tell you.
yeah, I don't know, something about that. But that was an interesting question.
Yeah.
I've never really thought about that.
Yeah.
It's a good question. It's something to think about.
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't know why. This eagle has always stuck with me for many, many years.
It'd be a pretty damn cool animal to be.
Well, mate, one of the only animals above water that can move in 3 dimensions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. You just above everything. You just have a whole view.
Yeah, you just have
a bird's eye view.
Yeah. And you think about it, for example, you go to the beach and you see an eagle, and everyone's looking at the eagle.
Like, wow,
it's just
gliding along
it's just gliding along the headland.
Why not a seagull?
It's just pathetic. I hate
pigeon. Have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
No.
Yes. Yes. I saw a mid-size, a small SUV.
Pigeons are
small SUV.
Hatchback of pigeon.
It wasn't a tiny baby, a little chick or something, but
yeah, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, no, I could really I don't know, just something about a wolf.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever seen pictures? Have you ever seen pictures of the dire wolves?
Dire wolves?
Yeah.
They're the big ones in Alaska or North America or something.
They're all extinct now.
Oh, okay.
But a dire wolf was the ones that lived with the saber-toothed tigers and things like that back in the mountains before they were all extinct.
Fuck, can you imagine being a saber-toothed tiger?
Saber-tooth!
Wait, is that the one out of Ice Age?
Yeah.
With the big fangs?
Yeah.
Hey, I'll be Manny. I'll be a bloody mammoth.
No, you're Sid.
You've done him dirty.
Fuck this
Trying to
podcast.
turn him on.
Did I say that?
Oh, he's got it perfect.
Oh, bro.
I see unfortunately.
Shit. Or you'd be. Oh no! You know who he'd be? He'd be the salesman trying to sell the snorkels. You know that guy.
The salesman.
You know who's the
Wait,
guy? I got this new thing, and he's like, his mate is like the big fat turtle.
Is
and
this
he's,
an ice age?
yeah, he's trying to sell the it's like a
Oh, the
straw.
bloody badger or whatever it is.
He's like trying to sell the straw so you can breathe underwater.
Yeah,
This
okay.
new invention.
I-
It's
It must
the
be like the
salesman.
newest
I
one.
know.
I haven't seen
Mate,
It's like the first one.
I
bro.
will take that
Yeah.
to my.
It's at the very beginning of the first one.
I'm gonna take that to the Molosseum when I die. Fucking Sid the Sloth and the monkey. Fuck you, Chris. Bullshit.
Yeah, you did the Sin Sloth
Oh,
impression
Oh, I hate life. I really do.
Love you, bro.
Nah, a dire wolf was like a big wolf, pretty much. That we got today. Have you ever seen like an alpha male wolf? Like an alpha wolf?
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I've seen like a video of like people who like look after wolves, and there's like the alpha in the group.
Yeah, but if they look after them, they're not in the wild. The
So-
ones in the wild, like northern Alaska,
Yeah, and they're like massive
like
and fucking
huge.
big.
So
big
a
wolves.
wolf, a wolf, just a general wolf. Think of like a German Shepherd, but like maybe
on steroids.
a lot bigger, like a lot taller,
Yeah.
like maybe
They got that longer-
3 or 4 inches taller.
Longer faces and bigger noses
Yeah.
and shit. Yeah.
And then you get like the alpha male, which is visibly bigger again
Yeah.
than the whole pack,
Yeah. Okay.
and like red eyes. Like, mate, there's this photo of this guy. I don't know if I've told this story actually. So I was listening to Joe Rogan was telling the story about one of his mates that was hunting up. I want to say Steve Nella. I don't think it is. Was hunting up near Alaska. Okay, and they came across this pack. They were just generally hunting, and they were actually hunting. I want to say a type of deer, not elk or something. But anyway, they were hunting something, and then they found themselves in this like little valley, this tiny little valley, maybe
I think I've heard
20 or 30 meters long, and then it dipped down maybe like 2 or 3 meter high walls that slowly traversed down to the bottom of this valley, trees, and they were in the snow and everything. Okay, and they found themselves walking through this, and they were looking around, and they saw a lot of fur all around the trees, and when you see fur on the trees, it's the wolves' way of marking their territory. They rub their fur on the side of the trees.
Yeah.
Okay, to mark their territory in that, and they realised there was like little holes in the sides of the mountain, in the sides of these walls that were like little caves. They found themselves in like a den, in a wolf's den.
Yeah.
I'm out.
They were like, "Oh my gosh, okay, now we got to get ourselves out of here." And as soon as they started saying that to themselves and like each other, they were, okay, we got to try and get out of here. They heard, oh, and then like followed by another 13 or 14 of them. So when he was saying when wolves do that, it's them counting their numbers.
Yeah.
Okay, so because obviously they spread it. Some of them sometimes they spread out a little tiny bit to try and circle something like that. When they knew something was in their den, they would circle and then they would sound out like a name call. Remember, like when you're in school,
Yeah.
and you'd go, oh,
Kiwi.
1, 2. You'd say your numbers,
Yeah.
you know, like a school camp or something.
Yeah.
So they would do that. They would all sound out, and they were like, oh my gosh, okay, oh my gosh, that sounded a bit weird.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, they'd do that, and then they heard then they hear another one, and it's like they could tell it's like the alpha male.
Yeah.
Okay, so then they're in the bottom of this this little tiny valley, and then these wolves start coming around the edges and literally surrounding them. And him and his mate are back to back, literally back to back, looking around at the tops of these walls at these wolves that are starting to surround them, like howling at them and whatnot. And there's this one that starts like they start like getting aggressive and start charging them.
Yeah.
And he shot the first one, and then the other ones like kind of back up, and then they're sussing it out. They're sounding out again, and then another one charged. I think he said that they killed 3 or 4 of them by the time. Then they all ran off, and then like 5 minutes later, as he's leaving and traversing through like the hills again, the snow, like they're in deep snow.
Yeah.
They're traversing through again. They hear it again, and there's like obviously not as many of them. And they said he came face to face, and he's never been so frightened in his whole life. He turned and looked, and about, he said, 50 yards away, it's like pretty much 50 meters away, he saw these dark red eyes looking straight at him, and this big black wolf, massive. And he's like, I knew it was the alpha coming to check out who and what is killing his pack. Obviously, they've done a few sound outs between them, and there's been 1 or 2 less every time. And he came face to face with this wolf, and he said, honestly, like, I knew right then and there, if this thing decided to charge me, the whole pack would come on us. So I've got to intimidate it enough and stand my ground to not let it come. So it stopped and literally dipped its head and stared straight at him and stopped. And he said, honestly, it felt like 10 or 20 seconds we were locking eyes, and he yelled at it, he's like, you need to get away right now, and he's like holding his gun or something, looking at it, and he just stopped and stared at it, and then it eventually like just slowly walked back into the forest, and he never saw it again. He said it was the craziest story, and obviously this is me telling it secondhand. You need to listen to him telling on the podcast.
That was Joe Rogan.
I can't remember exactly who it was, but oh my gosh, it sounded gnarly. And then there was like another.
You know what's
story.
even scarier?
What?
Sasquatch. The Nelk Boys.
What was that?
The Nelk Boys.
They always like. Do you ever see the videos of them like looking for Bigfoot?
No.
So they like find like Bigfoot hunters. They get them, and then pretty much like go, we've seen sightings around here. Like say they're like part of like a research group of them, and there's Salim, who's bloody Rafiki, who's the bloody deaf guy, and does like just
reaches out
to the Bigfoot. And anyways, they like dress up in like Bigfoot and chase pit like the hunters and everything, and everyone's like freaking out. Salim goes running in. The Bigfoot has his fun with Salim. It's just funny to see. Like
I think there's like 3.
You
haven't seen the Nelk Boys? No.
Really?
I used to properly watch on Nat Geo the actually Finding Bigfoot. It's called Finding Bigfoot.
Yeah, okay. So they did like a funny.
They did, it was so good. It's like, and then they obviously like told him that it was like fake, and they like found out and then paid him and said sorry.
My business teacher actually went overseas on a trip to actually.
You reckon
try
Bigfoot
and find
exists?
Bigfoot.
You reckon he exists?
I reckon at one point in time there was giant humans, like 8-9 feet. We have skeletons and we found bones for
NBA players.
The Brown James?
Yeah, we found bones, like femur bones that are almost twice or 3 times as long as ours. Things like that. So I reckon at one point in time they existed. Whether they still exist, who knows? Like maybe like there's a lot of earth and a lot of like even landscape that is just unpopulated. So I don't know. You never know. Honestly, like they're still discovering animals to this day.
Yeah, I saw in the news that they just discovered a new bloody trapdoor spider in Australia.
And it's massive.
We don't need.
Is that big red one?
It's 5 centimeters like length. The body, right?
Yeah, yeah. I saw
And
that.
it's a trapdoor spider. It's not like just one that you see like in a web or something. It's fucking hiding under a door.
Yeah, you know,
I'm
see
out.
those trapdoors in Minecraft.
But bro,
Falls out of that roof thing.
no thanks.
You imagine that just drops and
Bro, if a spider came out,
Definitely.
and that's when they discovered it. You imagine like that's the one they discovered. Like years and years later, they'll find one and be like, okay, well, that maybe was a baby.
Yeah.
We found this one that is like the size of like a...
You reckon there's like a
Dinner
big spider den that exists? Like a big fuck off like den that has like a spider like the size of like a tire or
The
something?
shit we know and the shit that we don't know.
Yeah, in the PU it does.
Mate, could you imagine
The
just like
Potter universe.
in the blood Aragog. Fire spider.
I don't know. You never know.
It
But-
definitely is.
Mate, if I saw a spider the size of a car tire, I think I'd just hang myself. Like I could not. I am fucking petrified of spiders.
There's a movie. I remember watching
Was
this
there a
like scary
arachnophobia?
movie
Fuck spiders, man. There was,
ages ago, and it was like this like these like spider invasion kind of thing, horror movie. I can't remember what it was called.
It's walking around.
I mean,
Web.
Zombieland.
Spider-Man's
Webbed.
scary enough.
No, it's not webbed.
I don't know what it's called.
No.
Wrong movie, mate. I think you saw that on. I think you saw that online.
That's an R-rated.
Yeah. Hashtag web.
Oh my gosh! You know what I'm fed up with? Alright, let's change this up.
The ads.
I was about to get naughty. Sorry, Kevin.
Hey, what the-
Giddy up.
Yeah, but like spiders have webs. I don't know where you're on about. I actually wasn't meaning it as bad.
It's just funny, like webbed. Yeah, it was called webbed. No.
I don't know what it was called. I wasn't even being funny. I actually didn't even. That was probably once, but I didn't even think about it as that. But anyway, what was I saying? What I was sick of? Oh my gosh, I was sick of. You know, I sent you this Snapchat today. So I'm sick of people mispronouncing and
Your
miscommunicating
name.
my name.
How the fuck did you get Jackson?
I have no idea, mate. Jackson.
Wait, where was this, first of all?
At the cafe downstairs.
I got mispronounced last week.
Oh,
What did they call me?
Josephine.
Oh,
I hope you didn't get Jackson.
no, it was like Travis, I think.
Travis.
Bro, how do you get Dylan and you get Jackson mixed up and then Chris and Travis?
They were calling out Travis, and I was like, that's my order. I know what my order is.
Was it Travis? Are you sure it was like something like
No,
that?
it was.
Watch out, Pastrana Land.
I'm pretty confident it was Travis.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well,
Chris
anyway,
and
mate, like.
Travis.
I don't know what it was, but I've had so many mispronunciations of my name, like all the time. I get them all the time.
You should see Kiana going up to tell people what her name is. It's like, order for Kiana, and then they go, what? So she just calls herself Kai, and they still get one.
Yeah, right. But I don't know what it was like. I mean, I used to answer phones at my last job.
I think I remember you telling us this.
I used to answer phones at my last job, and I got Dylan less times than I got any other name.
Yeah, I remember you telling
Alright.
I think you said that.
I used to get John, Don, Dom, Jamie, Jackson. I actually got Jackson. I think I got Jackson once, actually, now that you say that.
Chad.
I used to get, some completely Daniel, like some completely random names. It was just, I'm so fed up with it, but I don't know how you got Jackson this morning.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's a good thing.
do you want to know today as well?
Please.
Alright, let me,
Today's
the one today's a really cool one and really interesting. It's going to blow your mind.
Blow
Okay,
your socks
the
off.
only animal in the whole world, other than humans about 200 years ago, that uses the stars to navigate.
Wombat.
No.
Cockatoo.
No, you'll never get it.
Quokka.
It's the dung beetle.
The dung beetle.
The dung beetle uses the Milky Way for orientation.
And they're rolling up shit.
Bro, I'm going to say that. Oh, fuck, we got to go north.
No way.
Roll up.
How
Poo.
crazy is that?
The dung beetle.
So the dung beetle is the only animal,
Yeah.
other than like ourselves sometimes,
That's
but
pretty cool.
that
Yeah.
uses the Milky Way to navigate.
Was
Wow.
today's I when I found that out.
Yeah,
Never
and I
even knew.
bet most of you do. If you did know that, and you're the one and only person, or two maybe, comment down below. That'd be
These are
greatly
quite
appreciated.
For sure.
Say hi.
What's stopping you?
Ooh.
Damn.
Almost sentence.
Like it was empty.
Backhand.
Time for the dad joke of the day.
Yeah, hit it. It's going to be...
Unreal.
Yeah, just go.
What? You almost what?
No.
No, say your piece.
Go.
Say your piece. You don't like
No,
this?
I've been hurt today in the podcast, so go.
You've been hurt?
Yep.
About
We
what?
called him Sid.
You called me a fucking monkey and Sid.
I called you a monkey. He
I
said
called
you're a
you
long... Yeah, which is basically a long neck monkey.
So I'm a sloth. Tell your dad joke. Come on, go.
It's basically like like a ringed up monkey, you know, the rings around the neck.
We have dandelions for dinner.
Mate, you're not helping your case.
Shut up! Tell your dad joke, bro. I'm fucking over it.
Oh, you know, my dad always told me I should marry an Egyptian. He said they make great mummies.
Oh.
I'm all for the road.
Mamacita.
What's the difference between the black-eyed peas and chickpeas?
They don't sing.
Black-eyed peas can sing us a song. Chickpeas can only hum us one.
Oh my god.
I did like that.
That was a good
pretty
one.
That was pretty clever.
Well, thank you for dipping into today's episode.
Ooh.
If you like, please comment, like, subscribe,
yeah.
rate the podcast.
Thanks for watching, Chris, Dylan, and Sid.
We appreciate it. We greatly appreciate
We're
it,
out.
guys. Love you. Love you.